Is he okay? He's been like that for the past few days. He's been like this for ever since -1 showed up. Poor guy. I can't imagine what he's feeling. Should we talk to him? Hmm. Hey, Godzilla. Kong, can't you see I am not in the mood right now? I've literally lost everything that I've worked so hard to build. Everything. What do you mean you lost everything? Think about it, Kong. Ever since -1's movie came out in theaters, everyone has been talking about him. Literally everyone. I've been hearing everyone around all over the internet talking about him. Even the Kaiju Kingdom's worshipping this guy. They're worshipping him like he's some kind of god or something. I mean, I brought the Godzilla franchise back in 2014. Like, ever since Godzilla Final Wars was announced to be the final Godzilla movie, Godzilla went quiet for quite some time. Longer than Godzilla vs. Destroya. And when I came around, I brought the Godzilla franchise back, because I got Toho to make 2 new Godzilla movies. Like, I don't understand. Like, I brought the Godzilla franchise back in 2014. When my movie came out, that is when I got the comments about my human characters and the story and the lack of me being in the movie. At least I brought 2 new monsters into the franchise. Well, technically you brought a new species of kaiju in the franchise. Okay, fair point. I did brought a new species of kaiju in the franchise. And, well, obviously, I got Colin to make his grand return ever since 2005. If that's true. And then I brought my classic... Then I brought the classic kaiju back. Like Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. With my next movie, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And I thought that my sequel would do better than the first movie. And, well, it kinda did, but it wasn't as successful I was hoping it would be. Because I've been getting comments saying that it's a ripoff of The Lion King. Second of all, well, Scar and Simba are related. The second thing is King Ghidorah and me are not related. And I just... And second of all, King Ghidorah was working alone. He's unlike Scar, who freaking manipulates the hyenas and blames them and gets himself killed in the end, which I find that to be his biggest downfall. Yeah, Scar was stupid in the head for blaming the hyenas. Like, how did he not see them right behind Simba? Like, seriously, like... Hold on. Are we talking about the original Lion King or the remake? Oh, we're talking about the original Lion King. The remake The remake it was okay, but it had some new scenes that weren't featured in the original, which made sense. But still. Anyways, like, Scar, how did he not see those hyenas behind Simba? Like, they were clearly right there. There. And, and, well, the other thing is, there's no songs. Like, there's no songs. Yeah, nah. But apparently the only thing that my movie did was freaking made the Godzilla Mothra shipping more toxic than it already is. That's the only good thing that my movie did. Make Godzilla Mothra shipping even more toxic than it already is. I mean, he's not wrong. And the only movie that was more successful than Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla King of the Monsters was Godzilla vs. Kong. And Minus One made a very good point. The only reason why Godzilla vs. Kong was more successful than my other two movies was because I had him to be in the movie. Because apparently his first movie is better than my other than my movie, even though I came first. And I don't even know what else is missing. Well, think about it, Godzilla. It's your human characters. They have zero character development. I mean, as soon as Godzilla 2014 came out, I mean, there were characters that were just kind of pointless and just kind of there, and there were other characters that had zero character development and had no natural role in the story. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want this, like, watch Monster Island Buddies. He'll give his review of Godzilla 2014, he'll give you the whole explaint about what was wrong with Godzilla 2014. And the same situation happened in Godzilla King of the Monsters. And the same thing happened in Godzilla vs. Kong. Hell, one of the characters in Godzilla vs. Kong literally became the punching bag for a lot of Godzilla fans. And which character would that be? The guy who says we need Kong. Oh, because I've been hearing everyone's complaints about that character and how it's just kind of useless and pointless. That, and I almost died in all three of my movies. Well, technically, the only reason why you almost died in Godzilla vs. Kong was because you wasted all of your energy on Kong instead of ignoring him. Plus, you allowed your own pride and ego get the better of you. Because instead of going after Mechagodzilla, you chose to go after Kong. Instead of just like, you know what, I'll deal with you later. I gotta deal with this robot imposter over here. Okay, Warbag, you have a point. I should have ignored Kong and just go after Mechagodzilla. But then the movie wouldn't be called Godzilla vs. Kong. It would be called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. And I thought I was the king of the monsters because I brought not only some classic kaiju in the Godzilla franchise, but some new monsters. a buttload of new monsters. And I thought I was going to be the king of the monsters, which I was for a period of time, until all the negative comments saying about how bad and certain scenes of my movie were, like, really bad. Like, even worse than the Showa era. Which, I don't get it. People love all the goofy moments in the Showa era, but they don't embrace all the weird and goofy moments in my movies? Well, okay, actually, that's a good point. How is it that they don't love all the goofy moments in our movies, but don't, but, but they're okay with the goofy moments in the Showa era? Probably because the Showa era was made for kids. Even though there were certain scenes in certain movies that were very questionable. And now, recently, for my fourth movie, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, I'm getting comments saying that, why do I look like Barney? Why do I look skinny? Why can't I go back to my old design, huh? Like, why can't I go back to that design? Even though there was concept art about me looking like that design, kind of. And plus, people are okay with Shin Godzilla having a purple atomic breath, but they don't like it when I have a pink atomic breath? Basic, guys, I'm not the king of the monsters. Even if I challenge -1, and even if he wins that fight, I will never be the king of the monsters that I once was back in 2019 to 2021. That's how long my reign lasted. It did not last that long. Well, you're king of nature. Isn't that good enough? Yes, but Legendary, I'm sorry, but I think you were a bad king on how the way you're treating the monster kingdom. You're telling all the kaiju to go in hibernation, and worst of all, and worst of all, well, you basically not only declared Mothra as your queen, but you just let her abuse all the other monsters. I think -1, it will be a better king than you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I allowed Mothra to get out of control, and I'm sorry I've been ordering all the kaiju to go in hibernation. But I just wish that I could find a way to redeem myself. Look, Godzilla, you may not be the king of the monsters anymore, but being the king of nature, that's good, because no one else does a better job of keeping the balance in nature other than you. Sure, I challenged your position as king of the monsters, but I didn't realize what you were trying to do. You were trying to restore order, trying to restore balance.